Hey again, y'all. Sean and Kappi, the bath boy from KappisCards. There he is bathing yet again as soon as the camera gets out, right? Our little cat porn star, I guess. But anyway, here we are again. You can see the box that was sitting next to him here. Got this one from I guess you can call it an antique mall. It's not quite an antique mall to me. It's not quite a flea market. It's called Sell It Here, appropriately enough. It's in Lafayette, Indiana. And one of the, whatever you call, vendors there that has a display case that had some cards and stuff in it, had this sitting in the bottom for 25 bucks. Now, am I expecting it to be as hot as that last box we got? And I'll link to that video up here at some point for the one I got off Facebook Marketplace that had a lot of those inserts and stuff like that in it. No, I was able to peek at this a little bit because they did open it like that when I was paying for it and stuff like that. Like, sure you want this? And yeah. So, let's take a look at what's in it here. You can see there's some modern stuff. There's some older stuff, right, as we kind of just leaf through it here. That's going to be 90 Topps football. I have no idea what this Mets thing is sticking up at me. It feels like a sticker. It's the White Gooden. It has to be some kind of, as flimsy it is, it feels like a sticker. But it's from BB Card Price Guide Monthly. So some kind of throwback Dwight Gooden and Kevin Moss and some others here. Look at that more in a minute. But it's supposed to be all sports as well. So I just wanted to say that when we get into it. Like there's NBA hoops, looks recent. That looks like more basketball. There's some football. So as we go through, I keep the baseball. I keep the football. I make packs out of them unless I find some random Mets thing or Cowboys thing like this that I don't have. Then it goes in my PC. Otherwise, everything else will wind up in packs in my Etsy shop that are still 10% off right now, up through the 11th of the month. So head on over to the Etsy shop. There's the link right here. It's also down there in the description. So keep Kappi happy, get him some stuff to play with and things like that when you buy the packs, and gives us stuff to do here as well together as I sit here and make them. I'm going to start making the football packs here. I've got too many teams out of stock now. I've got to start making the football teams. I'm probably close to a dozen football teams that are out. So let's look again at these baseball card monthly things. I don't remember these from Beckett or anything, but BBC monthly, whatever that is. So this Gooden I'm keeping. Moss, Henderson. Then we got some Bowman, right, mixed in here. Bobby Kelly. Is this the fake card? Yeah. The giveaway card. John Olerud. Is that his rookie? Yeah. And Matt Noakes from 90, Upper Deck hide in there. Thigpen and Sandberg. Were these cards you cut out? Is that what it is? Because they have kind of a rough edge on some of them. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with those. I'll probably just throw them into some big order. That's what I normally do with stuff like that. So big difference here. Like I said, there's some modern stuff here. There is some, older things. And it's only a 3,000 count box. So hopefully we can go, maybe not for 40 minutes where I didn't even get everything done last time. But I am going to go kind of quick. I do apologize for that. Just until, Steve Nash. So how old are these? Steve Nash. It's only the last years. Karl Malone. I can't believe they're still making Malone cards after, of course, the big thing here right now, the Pacers, like I said last time, they had a nice game winner there. I did see the replay of it. Game one. I've been watching more of the Stanley Cup finals personally. Dust Storm and Starfruit. So things like this, maybe I'll put these big baseball cards as well into that overstock box I'm starting to build. Like these other basketball cards will find their way in. So put that over here out of the way. 8-year Shining Star, but that corner is blown up. Can you see it there? Kind of. Trust me, it's bad. Ewing, the X-Man, Vlade Divac. Who's that? Rogers? Scott Skiles looking like he's 60. That Nick Wiseman or Luke Wiseman, tattooist. The Thunder, of course, are the team the Pacers are playing. There's the Pacers, right? Miles Turner. Julius Randle. Can't even read that card. Smart. Van Fleet. Washington, I think that says. And Brooke Lopez. Kappi, you're a happy boy, huh? Rex Chapman of Twitter fame. And Galarraga from 87, randomly. Put that in the baseball pile. And we seem to be going back and forth here. An 83 Topps, Denny Walling, Dennis Rodman. First football card is Dan Marino. What is that out of? Pinnacle Inscriptions. Okay, it's a promo card. Some kind. Dan Marino. Sure. Steve McNair rookie. Okay. Another Steve McNair rookie. Moon. Some World Series cards there. Bernie and Tino Martinez. And a J.D. Martinez from Allen Ginter a couple years ago. And that was some 92 tops. We're going to find a Favre rookie. Brett Favre. Probably not. These are not that series. No, these are Series 2. There were 3 series that year, right? Because of some kind of signing issue, right, with the quarterbacks and stuff like that. So all the really big players are in the 3rd series. There's some that are mixed in, that didn't go with the crowd, I guess, but others that did. Some of these are a little touched in the corner. I'm just going to take them out of the way. Don Mosmer. How about a Henry Ellard from 85? And then a Bernie Kosar rookie that's in nice shape right behind him. Henry Ellard there. That Kosar is pretty crisp for 86 tops. I didn't realize there was some 86 tops in here when I bought this. That's nice Bernie Kosar rookie. Wasn't expecting that. Got something to actually set down here and show off. Gary Clark. Andre Reed. That's his rookie too, isn't it? Yeah. Is that Gary Clark's rookie? Well, I mean, did he have a USFL card? Does that count? That might be his rookie too. Somebody can tell me down in the comments that was Gary Clark's rookie. But Andre Reed, of course, another Hall of Famer. Kosar isn't, right? But Kosar is, more of a star player. Zimmerman's in the Hall of Fame. Warren Moon is too. Leslie O'Neal, some more 87 tops. Bill Brooks just spoke at my kid's school. Warren Moon there from 86. Wesley Walker, 78 tops. And Wesley Walker, I will mix that in. Random 78 tops in really nice shape for 78. Card older than me. And then we're back to some mid-90s basketball there. So these are going to go all over the place, aren't they, buddy? Kappy's just going to town over here. Doesn't want to come on camera. He's just going to town over here. And I got to be careful again when I zoom over to Kappy because I do have the TV on and I don't want a copyright strike. Bieber, is that refractor? Yeah, it is. Hernandez, let's get a chrome pile going there. Ryu Hoskins, Jack McDowell. Man, these are just all different years. Tim Raines. So we got some, it's cup card rookie there for Ryan Mountcastle. Another Mountcastle sepia refractor there. That's nice. Max Crosby, Epic Performers. Debo. So we got some mosaic here from last year, right? I think. Yeah, 24. Not bad. Jonathan Allen. Bang. Now we're back to basketball. Get that over here. Back to football. Ridley, Franklin, Milano, Klay Thompson, and then we got a random 91 Donruss card stuck in here. So let's go football, basketball, Griffey Sr., Tyus Jones, Ken Phelps. I told my people, Ken Phelps. David Johnson, Sid Fernandez, Mets leaders. Some nice cards there, but of course I've got them already because they are that. And I look up and the Mets just actually hit a home run in the game I'm watching. Who was that? Just took the lead again over the Rockies here. This is Saturday night that I'm doing this recording. Young. Wow. Hot sauce there. Hot sauce. Can't put Tabasco sauce, I guess, without some sort of thing. Rogers Hornsby. And what year is this Hoops? Is that 23, 24? So not too old. There'll be some nice modern basketball cards mixed into that overstock box, as I like to call them, where I just basically take some of these and flip. Maybe get some 82 tops in nice shape too. Always like getting some older stuff in nice shape to mix in. No idea who Charlie Breens is. The Manitowoc Minute. Yeah, sure. Claudel Washington, that's 77 tops. Again, a little touch in the corner down here. Still might hang on to that. Still might do something with that. I'll have to decide. Anderson, Gross, Hassey, Burleson, Littell, Diacquisito, Gedman. So, like the other box I paid $30 for, the one that I'll link. Why don't I link to it right here, right now? Here at the 9-minute spot. That's a good spot for a nice link right there. That'll hopefully I'll catch that and remind me. And Bob Welch, Sentimental Lady. But still, $30 for that one, 25 for this one, plus tax, of course, since I bought it at a store. So those are those throwback things, reprints, but still not awful so far for the price. And considering I'm just gonna, like I said, turn these around and list it for more than that, then yeah. Of course, you're gonna get not just those cards. Nice Bowman Heritage. What year is this Bowman Heritage? 05. Herrera. And then we're back to Hug a Nurse. Who is Jameson? Blake Jameson, the artist. And Corbin Burns, who's out for a while with Tommy John. They just get a triple now, the Mets? And I wasn't looking? Jeez. Eddie Murray. Kappi, maybe we shouldn't have started this while the Mets game was on. You're going to walk away now? He just jumped away, could you tell? Murphy there with one heck of a laptop. Barfield, Paul Mahler, Brown from the old Fleer series. Somebody has that for sale in Facebook Marketplace around here for like $100 for the wax box. Carney Lansford, the old 91 Fleer. Just the people you want to send a message to and be like, hey, look, you know, open one and see for yourself. And that's why you're never going to get that price. Is that the high series 600? Thurman Thomas. Rathman. That might be the high series. Raider or the Schrader there for the Raiders. Haywood Jeffries. Treadwell, Barker, Lewis. Alexander Wright. All right, Eloy Jimenez there. More Eloys. Somebody gave up on Eloy. Ginobili. And put that there. Eric Martin. That's a little beat up in the corner. Corbin Burns again. Ryan. Ian Happ. Trevor Story. Let's try this one. All Fleer Ultra. All the 90. I'm going to go real quick. 91 Fleer Ultra here. Hey, at least they're sorted. Reggie White was there. Cunningham. LT. So we got the stars out of it. You know, Sims went past. All right. So those will get mixed in. What do we got here? Some more 91 Fleer Ultra All-Stars. This is the insert set. Darryl Green, right? Hell of a player. Much as I hate to admit it. But Keuchel there. More of this 82. I like seeing this. It's packed fresh. Remy, Orta, Garber, Morales, Sambito. Those will be fun to mix through. I don't get those very often. Stepnoski. Still in the high series? Nope. Back to series 2. Yeah, like this. Jackson, Stewart, Leroy Butler, Drury. I had a guy I remember last year when I had the yard sale. Like I was talking to one dude who was buying like $100 worth of cards, and this dude came up and he saw this Bernie Kosar rookie that I had sitting there. It's like, I just have to have this card. It was from when I was a kid, you know, and he just handed me a 5. It's like, here you go. IPC Eric Williams. I don't know if I have that card. I PC a lot of random linemen, right? Stuff like that for the Cowboys. Part of that weirdness of me. I think I have that card, but it doesn't look familiar. What we got back here? Dion in the Stars and Stripes. Tommy Herr. Jonathan Hayes. Robin Ventura from the annoying Too Big 89 Bowman stuff. And then what year is this? 24 Bowman firsts. Okay, so who can we find in here? Baptiste, Lasco, Hernandez, Adams. A whole bunch of rookie cards. Austin Wells. Matos. Ruiz. Adams. This turned out to be a decent box. I mean, we're just making a dent so far. As Evan Carter. Let's put that right here, too. Davis, Luciano, Kierstead. Walklow, Naylor. Whoops. Who do I want with flying here? Huzio, Wezo. Rojas, Colton Cowser rookie. That's not horrible either. Marte. Priester. Are we going to find any of the really big ones in here? Lofton. Shanuel. Ronnie Mauricio for me. I don't know if I have that. He just hit a home run. Abbott, Dickey, Hernandez, Taylor, Gonzalez, Suero, Churio. Sure. Whole bunch of rookie cards in first moment, and they continue. Rafaela's been playing. Lawler, Luciano, Matos again. Evan Carter again, if you insist. Nice stuff to mix in. I always like mixing in rookie cards. I always like mixing in the older stuff. Just randomness, right? That's always what I'm going for with my packs. Nice mix of players of your favorite team. Kauser again. Hopefully he comes back healthy. Should be soon as Sal Frelick. I think it's the first time we've seen him. Mead, Abbott. Yeah, a lot of these we've seen already. Castro. There's Frelick again. Mead, again, same collation. Deturi. Matos again. Carter again. Priester. How about some more? Jimenez, Cruz, some different players at least. Benitez, Glad. Lofton, Mauricio again. Shanuel. Rafaela, Soderstrom. He's having a good year so far. Cap, you gonna come back, buddy? He was stiff in the box while I was getting stuff out, but I was a little slow getting stuff out this time. So that might have been why he's not over here hanging out. Smith Shawver, right? Kierstad again. So, went looking around, of course. I played golf. That's why I was in Lafayette. And did not go to Purdue. Purdue had an event today. So I went to Coyote Crossing, which is another great golf course if you're from that, or find yourself driving down I-65 in that area. If you're a golfer, check that one out. It's a Hale Irwin design. It's a nice one. It's another Robin Ventura rookie. But, you know, trying to find my golf swing again. Definitely struggling. I mean, I had my handicap down to 2 at the end of the year last year. That's one for me right there. A pink David Peterson prism. Sure, I'll take that. But, yeah, I had it down to 2 at the end of November there. And then I just have not found my game at all. And I remember this fight in college, right? And then when I worked at Kane and places like that, you know, the Taylor ham versus pork roll, what's it called? Right? It's definitely a Jersey thing. And, of course, it talks about Jersey on the back. So, but either way, right? Went around to Meyer. I went to Riggle and Landon Donovan, right? Rob Riggle. But went around to Meyer. I went to Walmart. I went to like 3 different Walgreens. Nothing, right? At least nothing new in that sense to go through and find. Or nothing that I wanted to go through and open, you know, per se. I mean, I could have bought all the 25 Series 1 that I wanted. Any of these basketball cards I wanted, right, from Hoops or from, what's the other one, Donruss. But I didn't want any of that. And all of the only mixed things that they had in the stores, right, the mystery packs were of, you know, the football ones, which are all Sage garbage. So I was happy when I got to this, you know, flea market antique mall thing, and I found this hiding in the bottom there. And I don't know what I'm going to do with Mike Tyson and Merv Redmond here. They are, even for the age, right, of the 75s, man, are they beat to hell. So, I mean, Redmond here is, he's showing the cardboard through, and yikes. So I'm just going to set those aside over here. Melton isn't exactly any better, but at least he's not too beat up. And that one I can still stick back in the, you know what, maybe I'll put them all in the overstock box and somebody else can decide. I hate throwing out vintage cards. You know, you've seen me sit here and toss, you know, if there was a 91 Fleer with a beat up corner, I'm not overly upset about it, you know, it getting the treatment. But yeah, Joe Montana and Stars and Stripes. What year is this? 81 tops. Mike Thomas. In good shape. But yeah, I mean, the vintage stuff, I mean, that's bad. It's bad for, you know, no-name players. Have I had that Michael Irvin? But, or, you know, common players, I should say, not no names. But, Sammy Sosa. But either way, right? Somebody else can decide. I'll pass them along via that box. It's not like it's taking up a lot of space. More 92s. Steve Berline, after that one run he had there for the Cowboys, right? And played a few games when Aikman was hurt. At the end of that 91 season. He started the wild card game, right? And then he started in Detroit when Barry Sanders ran all over him. And Aikman came in the second half and didn't exactly help anything. What was the score of that game? It was like 38-3 or something like that, right? It was bad. And 11-year-old me was not happy about it. I remember that. This guy was a heck of a player, though. Charles Haley. The story about him and the coach in San Francisco, you can't get past that, though, right? What he did to get out of San Francisco, shall we say. If you don't know, look it up. John Randall, Eric Martin, Stan Humphries. I like how they make these players kind of stand out on the card there. Haley again. Man, that card's a little beat up. See, I'm not afraid to toss that one aside for being all folded. And we are, man, I'm talking a lot. I got to speed up a little bit. Gilbert Arenas. That's some 90 tops here. Steve Walsh. Bruce Smith by the corners blown to hell. I'll get that one later. I'm running long here. Maddox and the Legends. Dean Kramer. We have to get Orioles rookie pitchers, don't we? Where's Alex Wells? He coming? I'm not going to flip all these over. We've seen enough 92 tops already. So I'm just going to set them there. And these are pretty beat. So I'm going to grab these ones. That one's bad too. And that one's worse. All right. Some more 90 tops here. 92. Let's look at the 82 slower here. Briggs. Lacey. Buddy Solomon. Bob Clark. Tom Seaver. Late in his career. There's a Red Sox. Oh, let's find something different here. Come on out. All basketball cards. These look like inserts at least, though. They've got a little shininess to them. Simmons, Love, Jones. Looks like a cracked ice. Another one. Gordon Hayward, right? This area is well known, of course, for Butler. Almost hitting that half-court shot. Billy Owens. Random paper card in there. More Gilbert Arenas and others. Collegiate basketball greats. Horace Grant. More Eloy. More Robin Ventura. Somebody gave up on a collection. Who is Blake Grice? Sure. What's cooking this time? Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Seager, Beltray, Widener. Kappi, just not coming back, huh, buddy? Where'd he go? He's still in the room. Is that Magic? Yeah, it is. Magic Johnson. But how random would it be to find the Ripken in this? That 82 stuff. I mean, we got other random rookies, right? But I would be over the moon if we found something like that. But I had the discussion myself. Should I do this as a live stream? Because I knew it was going to take a while, and I didn't. And man, is it taking a while. And some of these definitely a lot more beat up than that other box, but of course they're a lot older than that other box was too. Votto, Pete, I'm pretty sure I've got that. And McCarthy. I'll go back through and get more of these that are beat up when I can. Just trying to save some time. Pat Mahomes Sr. That is Morton Anderson, Hall of Fame card. Mari Cooper. They had Cooper's Cowboys jersey autograph there, and I was close. I almost bought it. But I didn't. It was a little too much. Hardaway, Gary Payton, Tim Hardaway again. More Eloys. Somebody really gave up on Eloy. And I'm going to leave these sitting here. Let's see what's in another row. More Ginter. More 82s. You know what's going to happen if I don't go through this whole box, right? And this is more 92s. I'm just going to do this. We've seen all these already. 92 tops. Look at them all there. There might have been a Favre in there, but there's probably not. See, there's more of it. A lot more 92 tops. What's this O-Peachy here? Dave Winfield. Biggio from 92 O-Peachy. A random sticker. Is that Harold Reynolds? Or Alvin Davis or somebody like that? With Bonds on the back. More 92 tops football. It's Mikowski is the wrong quarterback. More 92 tops football. What's Stars and Stripes? I'll take that one out for myself. And I will pick, there's some Upper Deck in here. We haven't seen that yet, so let's at least acknowledge. 91 Upper Deck here. Warren Moon. Gary Brown. I don't know what that's from. Heller, Everson Walls, Jerome Brown. Yeah, some more basketball. I'm going to stop flipping these every which way, except they're all one way anyway. So, Mark Jackson. It's not the Mark Jackson with the murderers behind him. Right, what's their name? The Menendez brothers. It's Carlos Delgado's rookie. And let's do some Denny's cards. Let's look at these. The Denny's, Pinnacle cards with the hologram. So there's Greg Maddux striking somebody out. You can kind of see as the light catches it. I can see it a lot clearer than you probably. A few of them. Definitely a few of them. Here's Ripken hitting the ball. A few of them. It's Frank Thomas hitting the ball. Jay Buhner. You sent Jay Buhner. Isringhausen when he was a Met rookie, part of that triple class, right, with Wilson and Pulsifer, right, that went nowhere. Man, there's a lot. I can't show you all of these, right, but there's Albert Bell, Mo Vaughn, Sheffield, Larkin, Wade Boggs. All Wade Boggs stuck together. Tony Gwynn hitting the ball behind him. So Bledsoe, Meyer, and Hurst. Boy, that would have been a card back then, wouldn't have? Some Pro Set, and then some more basketball. I gotta split this down here. I'm gonna knock it over. Nobody's name I can read in this weird design. Okay. What we got here is Topps UK randomly in here. I almost bought, they had some Topps UK packs there. I almost bought some of them too. If I go back by there and they don't have anything else, I definitely will pick those up next time if they're still there. So I don't, the only time I ever opened Topps UK packs is when I got them in those mystery packs from Walgreens. So I might buy out the box next time. Of course, I say that and somebody will go there and beat me to them. Clemens, Ozzie Smith in a gold border for some reason. Not that mattered back then. Sean Kemp, Steve Kerr. All these trade Upper Deck cards. I had the baseball one still. I don't know why that's hole punched. Some more random mid-90s NBA cards. Isaiah Thomas. More randomness in here. And we're back to Pedro Martinez, Mullen, Rose, Barkley. So Barkley was my guy back in the 90s when I did watch basketball a little bit. I got a Barkley jersey from the Suns and all that. Thomas, he's good too on the TV stuff, right? I see him during March Madness. Is that Mike Schmidt? That Bowman? All right, here's like quarterback club. Is this the whole set? Marino, Kozar, Jim Kelly. Is that Hostetler? Johnstown, Pennsylvania represent. Harbaugh, Jeff George, Jim Everett, Boomer, John Elway, Randall Cunningham, Bubby. There's Aikman. I don't know if I have that. And another Mets home run. Just I look up at the right time, it seems. It's a Jeff McNeil round the bases now. See, that's why I should do a live stream. I could have sat here and talked about the Mets while we were doing this. Another one of those cards. Boy, we're going all over the place in different stuff here. So this heel is stuck to Horace Grant. David Robinson, 94 tops there. Some more of this hoops, and I'm just going to set these down over here. And 91 Pro Set, and then more David Robinsons. Plenty of David Robinsons will be in that. These some Desert Storm cards. I'm just going to reach in here and look at them, and we'll laugh about them, and then we'll move on. Rogers, Irod, Denzel Washington, Boys and Girls Club card. Yep, I had these as a kid during Operation Desert Storm, Desert Shield. What's the card in here that actually has like minute value? Is it the Norman Schwarzkopf rookie card? General Schwarzkopf. Oh, I laugh, and then I've got all those cards. You know, I keep the old guys. I was so excited. You know, let's see who knows this one. Let me grab a card real quick. Here's Dick Butkus on the golf course for whatever reason. But Phil Jackson, triangle offense. But I got this card over here. When I was going through the big other box, right? Yeah, it's Richard Henry Lee, and If You're Me, right? One of my favorite movies is 1776, the old musical, right? With William Daniels as John Adams, right? Which is why if you watch Boy Meets World, it's John Adams High, right? But they go to, it's sort of, you know, Mr. Feeney is William Daniels, right? It was Kit, right, on Knight Rider. He was on St. Elsewhere, among other things, but you know, Richard Henry Lee, of course, has that big song early on in the musical. My name is Richard Henry Lee from Virginia, and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, when being a political science nerd like I am, that's my July 4th tradition, is putting that on. So hopefully my daughter will sit through it this year with me, right? My name is Richard Henry Lee. Virginia is my home. Luisa and Hale Acuna, first Bowman card, first edition card there. I might hold on to that just because it's a rookie of a player I like. Everybody's now turning off the video. Thank you if you stuck around through my horrible singing. There's a reason I don't sing. There's a reason I was the DJ in college, right? I was not the singer. Brian Hayes, rookie. Zach Wheeler, some 21 base. Nice throwback insert there for Manny Ramirez. And I'm not going to flip these, but let's see what else. Anything in here? 21s. Ooh, soccer. If there's anybody here I should know anything about, let me know, because there's a sport I know nothing about and do not care to. It's soccer. No offense if you like it. If you like it, that's cool, but you can have it. Chris Warren, for some reason, is a fold-out card. I don't know if I've ever seen one of these out of Pacific. Chris Warren. So let's just put that right there. Let's go through this here a little bit again. So we're getting long. More Bowman Chrome. Modern stuff here. There's Acuna again. Let's set that aside too. Usually don't keep players, like I said, outside of Mets uniforms, but rookie cards I will make an exception. Those aren't rookies though. Bobby Witt, a little touched in the corner, but that's salvageable. Yelich, Langoliers, Cavalli, DeGrom, Ramos, Olmos, Brett Beatty for me. I know I don't have that. Stanton, Crawford, Tatis, Verlander, Trout, and what did I have this pile? I have Vientos for me. He's been, he's on the IL now. He pulled a hamstring. Ramirez, Perozzo, Freddie Freeman, Riley Green, Ramirez. A lot of nice cards in this. Again, this is more like what you expect to find, right? I mean, or worse than this, let's be honest. When you get one of these boxes, Senga's rookie for me? Sure, why not? Torkelson, Scherzer. Do I have that, Pete? I have to look. I mean, getting prisms now. I mean, can't complain. We got a lot of this prism in that last box too, but that ain't a complaint. Lots of good stuff to seed in the packs. Shohei. Last year's Bowman, right? 23. Morel. Hence the rookies, Sean. Bogarts, the pedophile. Thankfully, only one of his so far that I've seen. Michael Harris, rookie. Bo Naylor. It's Alvarez for me. Walters. Julio. Lindor. Gorman. Vladdy Jr. Yeah, you always, you know, when they opened it, I kind of saw that there was some modern in here. I was like, okay, that's fine. Definitely fine. But that width's a little blown up. Damn. Same collation. So let's go fast here. There was Jason Dominguez. And a lot of the same stuff here. It's Drew Gilbert, who's a Met now, down in AAA. It's Vientos rookie again. Sauce, Senga again. So lots of the same. There's O'Neal Cruz, Josh Young rookie. We didn't see that before. Nolan Jones. Tovar. DL Hall. There's Ohtani again. Pete again. Beatty again. You know, Cappy, what are you chewing on over there, buddy? He's chewing on the printer. Some more prisms. Let's look at these. Russell Wilson. Of course, the Steelers have a new quarterback now, an A-Rod. See how that lasts this year. How about some prism baseball? Lombard, Bucky Bleepin' Dent, who we pulled the autograph of a few videos back. Maybe I'll link that here. I haven't linked anything in a while. And we're going to link the 2,000 subscriber giveaway video, of course, as I always do somewhere throughout this. So if you've made it this far, right? Hey, a Carter for me. Nice. If you've made it this far and you're not a subscriber, jump on board. We do these sorts of things when we can, as frequently as we can. And I put these things in my packs so you can see what you could maybe go through and get. My mystery packs. Nice chrome here. Davis. And that goes there. All right, so how much we got left? Let's see what else is different in here. Something look different. So this is more, it's a random Derek Lee. Chris Webber. How about Jackson Churio first edition? Not a rookie, but a couple of those. Volpe. Dominguez. Lots of nice first edition cards. Cowser. Montgomery, Alcantara, Cantra, whatever. Colby Mayo. Tell you what, I am not complaining. Lawler, Juan, Noel, Rafaela. And anybody else? Try to speed up here. These last few. Mason Wynn and the other Max Muncy. Mason Wynn there. I got some soccer cards here again. If these are anybody, yell at me down in the comments. I have no idea. And some prospect cards. We don't get a lot of prospect cards. I remember seeing these and not buying the box. So at least they got the team that they're on for me, so that'll help. But if there's anybody here that I should be paying attention to, I haven't seen any names I recognize yet. Christian Scott is a Met, of course, I recognize as soon as I say that. There's the other Max Muncy again. Pretty basic cards, aren't they? Shanuel. You know, no logos, of course, and then they're just white on whatever with trying to make it look like, you know, the, what do you call it, contenders kind of cards. Even the back's kind of ugly. So, glad I didn't buy those when they were on the shelf. Let's see what else here. There's a couple more of them. And Godwin Champions, or Goodwin Champions, LeBron. And Bryce Young, we're going to put in the football pile. And then we're back to the prisms. Matos, Jim Palmer. Still hanging around. Still does some games. That's a silver Damon, isn't that a refractor? Yeah. Ernie Banks. Joe Carter. Johnny Bench. Bobby Witt. Pee Wee Reese. Jimmy Rollins. And who else we got here? Lou Piniella as a Cubs manager. They could have picked any team. They picked the Cubs. Bobby Valentine's the Mets manager. Guidry. I had a Ron Guidry baseball glove growing up. Schmidt. Beltran. Take that. Wainwright. Eckersley. Vladdy Jr. or Vladdy Sr., Fergie Jenkins, the Kid, Ken Griffey Jr., Mantle. Lots more randomness in this one. Right? There was not a. I saw some. I figured there'd be some of this in there, but not this much of Prism and things like that. Especially ones that I would use. Drew Gilbert is a Met. I might want to hang on to, since he might be up soon. Sproat too. I might set that aside. And now we're back over to football. This is Prism draft picks of Henry, Ricky Williams, Jim McMahon in the BYU uniform, Trevor Lawrence, CeeDee Lamb for me, Dickerson, Anthony Richardson, Thielen, and then back to the Prism with a random Steve Young inscriptions card mixed in. I got the green last time in that win. Did I get the base? I have to go back and look. Probably did and just forgot. There was so much Prism in there. All right, let's see. This is all this more of this Bowman stuff here. What else is in the back? Because I guess something else. Just Donruss. So all that, just Bowman that we've seen already. 91 Donruss. Looks like somebody opened a pack and just stuck it in here. Hasi, Cernuti, Ferris, Benito, Santiago. How about 92 Donruss? That somebody stuck a pack or two in here. And then Fleer behind it. So random junk wax to kind of wind us down here. Anybody? Viola was a favorite of mine as a kid. Nolan Ryan. Terry Pendleton MVP card. Sabo. Some channels like that card. Superstar says 93 Fleer, 92 Fleer. Always off by a year. Moda Bichette. A couple of Mike Huffs. And Dominique Wilkins behind them. So what's this? Oh my God, there's a Darryl Strawberry pin in here. I'm going to keep that. This is from those MVPs. Remember those? Right? They had like a 90 scorecard and this pin. So that's going to go up on the Mets shelf. I was thinking about doing a video of the Mets shelf and stuff like that soon. So, and the Cowboys shelf and stuff like that. Let me know if you'd be interested in that, if you're still here. Let me know if that's something you'd like to see. I'm just going to grab some stuff here and then kind of wind it down. See if there's any chance we have something huge. It's a wrong Oriole card. Of course, you're looking for the triple-headed Oriole card anyway. Keith Gretzky. Not to be confused with somebody else. And is that an Aikman? Another Aikman for me? Sure. And some more basketball here. I'm just going to go like this with it. And then we got good old 91 Pro set. Can't buy a mix box with junk wax stuff without 91 Pro set. More of that 92 tops back here too. What are these Donruss cards right here? Barry Sanders action packed. The late Fernando Valenzuela, and Len Barker with Steve Carlton, Diamond King. That's nice cards. Bledsoe's rookie. Football, Sean. That is Malone, Mutombo, Larry Bird. More of those 92 tops and more of the Ultra. And why don't we just sort of wrap it up here? Let me grab one more thing back here. I see some yellow cards. Oh, boy. And we'll call it a video here on some junk wax. All right, so Billy Ripken, but not the Billy Ripken card you want. They had the Scribble for like $150 in one of those cases there today. The black Scribble one, not the black box, the black Scribble FF card. The old 91 Fleer, let's blind you, wake you up here at the end. Mark Whitten, but not the Mark Whitten 91 card you want.
And then 90 score. Got to get 90 score too, don't we? LT. And all kinds of 90 score. Dante Bichette, the rookies. Baroa. Van Snyder. The old pro set, win something. Jeff George. Benito Santiago. More 90 score. And then Jeff Reardon. So the rest of this looks like it's more 92 Fleet or Tops. We got some of this, hoops from that era back there. Is David Robinson and Kevin Johnson, Mayer, but Cotton Fitzsimmons, Gary Payton. Yeah, so not much there. This is more of the Bowman stuff we've seen already. This has got the 90. It's a random McCutcheon there, but more of that 90 Tops football, some Donruss baseball. So yeah, nice mix for $25, right? Keith Hernandez. But yeah, I'll get all these mixed in, get them into the packs. Like I said, I'll start be doing football packs shortly. I kind of stopped posting the updates of the baseball ones. Maybe I'll pop a few of them up too as well while I'm developing these things, and then maybe I'll start alternating football and baseball in when I get that going. So be on the lookout for those. Like, subscribe. Got that 2,000 subscriber giveaway. If we get there, we're starting to creep towards it a little faster. So wouldn't mind, getting there and getting that stuff done. And hopefully the boy will join us more next time. He just did not like this box. If you can see him all the way over there by the printer, just hanging out. So if you made it this far, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.